with it right here with who I started with. Me something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, H-Uno, Central Coast, mobbing suicide. Only arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back live on ChicanoTube. Good Friday. Buen inicio de fin de semana, beautiful linda raza. I'm from the 826 plus 5. That's right, man. Shout out to Young Gun. Shout out to 372s, the ESCs. Shout out to all of it, man. I hope you're blessed today, cabrones, as we go into the weekend. Obviously, a lot of people are what are they finishing? Cuaresma. Cuaresma is more of a Catholic practice, right? Where it's 40 days. And in those 40 days, nada de carnes, cabrones. Si comen carne, al infierno van a ir. No, no se crea, man. No, I don't know too much about that, but I won't speak on that. But Good Friday, right? We don't know historically exactly what the day, the time, the year. All of these things are just pretty much numbers and dates that have been given to us historically. But that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that he rose, and because he rose, we live. And because we live, we have promises of eternity. And that's just it, cabron. So hit that like button one time, Raza. We're gonna talk about that Escapee. It seems like they got he did pretty good though. He did pretty good trying to hide out. You know what I mean? I gotta give him his skills are almost Rambo status. You know what I mean? Rambo, almost Rambo status. Full Rambo, they would have never found him, right? But almost Rambo status is like they got you in cuffs a couple times and you keep slipping the cuffs and shit. You know what I mean? They got the house surrounded with you in it a couple times, and you were able to just slip away. You know, I call that also having rabbit blood. You know, when cabrones used to slip cuffs, I'd be like, man, they got rabbit blood, man. It's fácil para los cabrones, man. But hit that like button, man. I just got out of cryotherapy right now. You're not gonna believe me. I mean, it takes a while after you get out of that pinchy lab, uh, for the body to warm up. It doesn't warm up, gente. Basically, going to cryotherapy, which I'm gonna upload a video. I took a little tripod in there, cabrón. I was like, let me ask this little youngster. You know what I mean? It's medio mamon, and I don't think he's gonna give me any beefs. Plus, I know the owner. Shout out to Jason, my buddy. But now he stays at the newer, bigger facility over there in Monterey, man. Cabrón, we don't get no love in Salinas, cabrón, no more. You got the new state-of-the-art facility in Monterey. Y te olvidaste, cabrón. No, no te creas, man. Shout out to Jason. I took my tripod in there. I think the total video was 4 minutes. The lab is only like 3 minutes. You're not going to believe me. Wait till you see the end of the video. Gente, I was already done. The dude had the door open calling my name, but it's because when you get in there, that place is not for the mentally weak. You know what I mean? That's not for the mentally weak, because if you're weak-minded, this is how we sift out the weak-minded ones, right? If you're weak-minded, you're going to stare at that 3 minutes negative 256 degree temperature. Literally, you're going to come out with ice frost on your hair. Like me, watch when you see the video. Frost on my mustache. The brocha got frost on it. Some other people are just like, Charlie, I'm cool with that. It's kind of like when they see everyone's seen the pictures of the güeros. They go North Pole. What is it called? Diving. Ahí está. There's the loyo in the broken ice, and they're just doing clavados. You know what I mean? Not even hesitating. They're just doing clavados, but there's a lot of good benefits to that. So you'll see that video. That'll be a little bit later. I just recorded the whole thing. I said, why not? But you're going to trip out on how in the end, he's like, Mike, I'm not even responding or moving, because, again, you got to it's a mental toughness. Some people have never even tapped into that level of locking in. Now it just sounds good on a meme, right? Lock in. But do you really know how to lock in? That doesn't mean just keep a job for 100 years and be consistent. That could be one meaning. Can you really lock in? That's right. Let me go over to some of the comments though. Let me go over. It's Good Friday, my boy, the heavyweight champ. I appreciate you. Mile High Hustle, the 303 Denver has been in the house since day numero uno, man. Walked in there. It was easy work. I'm sure in hindsight, you're like, damn, I would have tore old boy up 10 different ways from Sunday, you know? But it's in the past and it's in the books now, you know? You feel bad maybe from not stepping on the gas, but shit, imagine how old boy feels. He probably feels like, damn, man, the whole internet got to see me fall 3 times. I mean, it was crazy, man. Oh, not 3 times, did he? Anyways, I'm getting cold, man. Let me look at my jacket. And then we got LA County in the house. That's right, Carlos. So let's talk about that Escapee, man. We're going into the weekend feeling good. People want to talk about this guy, Cesar Hernandez. Absolutely, it's trending. Um, and so this is one of those cases that is pretty clear. It's pretty clear on this one that old boy was on current level 4, escaped. It made the police look bad. People got fired, probably. They probably fired a couple people. Someone had to go out. You know what I mean? Someone's ass is on the hot seat, especially when you let them get away from court holding. A couple people got fired. Couple people got fired. And he ended up in Mexico. Okay. So, pues es Mexicano el way, you know? That's the common little escape route. You could say. It's kind of like the storyline in the movie all the time. They flee to Mexico. But do they really do it all the way good, you know, and disappear forever? Very few. Very few. The ones that did knew that the rest of their life they were going to live off the grid. Straight up, 100%. Live off the grid. And a few people know how to do that. It's kind of, I forget in which movie it was like that. The dude just ended up going to a whole nother country. But anyways, I'm digressing again. So they got him in Mexico. He grew his hair out, gente. He grew his hair out. He did a pony boy. He did an outsiders on the people. But of course, because if they're looking for uh, a pelón, pelonete, cabeza de cohete, then that's what you don't want to look like, I guess, right? He grew out his hair. They got him. I think it was Matamoros. I don't have the clip. I saw it, but I didn't load it. My bad. Um, we might have to even bring this up again in Chicano Street Studio. That way we could do it justice, load the clip, play it, see what they did. They did him the photo shoot of shame. The photo shoot of shame is when you're back against the wall, and this is the photo of you looking like a pendejo for the newspapers. So here's your pendejo photo. Paz. You know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? For him, he wasn't thinking none of that. He's thinking he was a player. He was already in the action, right? He was on Kern Valley. That's how I know he was, okay, jugador. You know, he wasn't just holding up the wall. He wasn't just part of the bleachers. He wasn't just part of the background if he was there. I'll tell you that right now. So era jugador, for sure. And so that's all he's thinking. He's not thinking about, oh, all these Polaroids. Oh, they're pulling out flashes. Oh, all these cameras. Le vale madre, that dude. Anything about that. His mind is already back in the shoe. So all this other stuff out here, it was just a flash in the pan to the dude. On top of 80 years, ¿qué más le van a dar al güey? Or what does he have? 80 to life? I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that. You're right. Maybe he was running home, cabron. You know what I mean? That was crazy. Remember the movie Mi Familia, bro? They ended up The wife on Mi Familia ended up getting deported in Operation Wetback. No, serio. It's in a movie. It's a Chicano movie. It's a Chicano classic called Mi Familia, right? The mom ended up going to the grocery store and she never went back. She got deported. They threw her on the movie. Well, in real life, this happened. I'm just, yeah, I don't have the visuals. I wasn't there, but they threw her on the movie on the train. Boom. And she went back to Mexico, bro. But you know what she did? Trekked all the way back. And it was crazy, bro. One part, she had to go over a river. Her and her baby, they almost were unalived, cabrón, by the currents. That was crazy. Oh, there's stories like that everywhere. I used to see moms, pops, friends always tell those stories, you know. And why were they coming over here? Long story short, we're living it. You know why, cabrones. Even though a lot of people say pinches bills, they don't stop coming. You're right about that. He was running home. Oh, yeah. Let's get back. I'm digressing again, man. This dude's going to go back maybe 10. Let's say they give him a dime, man. Let's say, they need to make an example of someone. It's been a while someone's ran. Oh, wait a second. Holy shit. I just remembered that he caught a body in Mexico. Oh, no. Damn. If he caught a body in Mexico, man, that's like catching a body here and then you're not a United States citizen. You have double trouble. In essence, you got state, triple trouble. You have state, federal, and now you have to deal with INS. So people were always saying with Alex Enamorado, when he's not a citizen, he's not a citizen. When you're not a citizen, they could fucking ragdoll you, you know? You'll end up in state court. What are you going to do over there? 10? And then after that, what do? You get picked up by the feds at the door? Oh, man. And then after that, what do? Get picked up by another country, Mexico, to go start another life sentence? And that's crazy. That's crazy. Just be glad that you're out. The sun is shining. It's hitting on your head. That you're going to do some Easter eggs on Sunday. Hit church and put something in the basket. Cabrones. Put something in the basket. Sure will be easy for him. Easy for him. You mean on the Mexican side? Oh yeah, wait. What if over there? What if wouldn't it be crazy? He just disappears. Like, like, what if something crazy? If like all of a sudden Mexico says, uh, they don't know where he's at. They take his wind. That'd be crazy, huh? Something like that, huh? That sounds like a movie, but we're in the times right now where it's like they're just doing shit to do shit. It's. There's no boundaries right now. Way there's locals that are doing all this shit. They want us, así en la guerra, así in the. Well, that's just depravity también in este way. But anyways, yeah, you're right. He's gonna go back to the shoe. Um, but what is Mexico gonna do with them? That's the question, huh? What's Mexico gonna do with them? Someone also sent me a clip and said, Mikey, 6 girls go up on a flight. No seas mamón. I mean, come on, man. What are we going to be talking about 6 women for? I mean, ni modo que somos comadres over here and La Rosa de Guadalupe and shit. Come on, cálmase. 6 women. And I'm not saying nothing about women, but that's like talking about a novela. That's like talking about a magazine shoot with 6 actresses. Like, que nos valga. But since you guys sent it to me a couple times, yeah, it did look fake. Those things, those doors on those capsules are supposed to be at least 5 times that thick with absolute cabin pressure that they don't even want to risk it and leave the inside be able to unlock it at all. That's not a risk with something that's supposed to be that far from Earth. You know, it didn't even reach the part of the atmosphere que se iba a calentar la cosa. They reached the top of the sky and basically said, if it happened, I don't know. A lot of people aren't saying, but other people are saying if it did happen, the reason they're saying it wouldn't happen, gente, is because if something fucking went wrong, if something went wrong with that shit, let's keep this a buck right now. With all the celebrity status on that shit, is that a big enough risk at this point in their life? You think they were doing that to be this first historic woman group? Hell no. This is 6 agents all getting paid, all checks. Just we got to do some B-roll and then we got to do 2 segments live and we're out of the woods. That's what I think happened. And for the people that get offended at that, pues you don't know. You're not there just like I'm not there. We're not in the studio set. But I think this happened as a set plan pretty much. I don't know. That was a trip. I want to go ahead and give a shout out though to everyone that sent me a message from the town hall. We were deep at the town hall. I don't know if you knew. Shout out to all the 831. Shout out to my Salinas people. We were 4 deep. Karina Powers, of course, is from Salinas. Carol, she's from Salinas. And Dr. Jimenez, she's also from Salinas. So it was cool. I felt like on this April one, which was a great town hall. There's so many clips, gente. They haven't even began to put them out. They told me, he goes, "Oh, this was a good one. It was great chemistry." May, I believe it's already May 14th is the date for the next one. So be on the lookout for that. That's gonna come in hot. And I'm getting a lot of requests for return. So, I'm gonna have to reach out to I'm gonna reach out to Denise Aguilar again. I'm gonna reach out to Wayward Son again. Um, couple return people. And then I already got like 2 confirmed, and that's not return. So of course other people, they're picking up on us. They already know what's up, man. This is simple Chicano reactions. It just comes natural, cabrón. Natural. So yeah, I want to give a shout out to them because from Salinas, that was the deepest that the town has been. I was proud of that too. Proud of that too. That we showed up and even Dr. Jimenez, la profesora, and her opinion. Oh yeah, would love to do like a pues un one-on-one and talk about a lot more than just politics, gente. Politics is not the one all end all. You know what I mean? On more stuff. She was going into mental health. She was going into even some history. She wanted to give some history. I think that would be a good one with Dr. Jimenez. A one-on-one. But anyways, shout out to everyone that messaged me for the town hall. Just wanted to say that, man. I appreciate it. That's what I do it for. There's no other one. Well, one, it's a hobby, but there's no one else I do it for except for the Pinchy supporters. Who else, man? From day one to day oneers. That's who it's for. It's all someone will be like, "Oh, Mikey, the comments." Shit, just imagine. If we can't handle 14K problems, we're never going to be able to handle 50K problems or 100K. So we just channel our energy better, cabrones. But anyways, so shout out to everyone for the town hall. The date is already ready though. That's in May. So that fecha ya está set in stone. Primeramente Dios, we get there, right? You don't know. It's Good Friday. The sky can crack right now. Boom. And it's all over. Give me a second, answer. That's right. The piece in the casa. That's right. Oh, yeah. Cesar Hernandez, cabron. He's just going to get back in the mix. Imagine he's already just had like a crazy little. Is this like a furlough, bro? This was like a furlough for him, quick furlough, and he's back. And he's already just getting in there. His mind, it's the mind shift again of like never coming home. That has to be like the mind shift. But imagine he got a furlough. But it was crazy that they have a body on the Mexican side. What can they do to him? Huh, whatever they want. Matter of fact, he might just, what if you just never hear from him again? That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. The Mexican government just puts out a story. That would be crazy, huh? Mexico don't play like that. Or you just don't hear about it, period, ever from any media outlets because they made phone calls to their buddies and said this story goes in that vault. You know which vault. The vault we put the stories in and no one else talks about them forever. Damn, that's crazy. It's Mexico. I don't doubt it. Why doubt it? You know what I mean? Mexico's different, man. Ever since Pops only had he had three siblings, all men, no daughters. He told me that growing up over there, Mexico's different, and especially in Cualcoman, Michoacan. He was saying, no, as soon as they got strong to enough to jalar el gatillo, they pretty much all were packing. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Imagine everyone is packing, huh? Like everyone's in Texas all of a sudden con cuernos on the side of their hips and shit. And over there, when you go to Texas, you see it on the dashboard, 45. But they have like those, what is it called? Those holders. They'll mount, like we mount cell phone mounts in our cars. Shit. In Texas, they got gun mounts everywhere. I like the one that grabs uh that grabs the top, that grabs the slide, the cylinder. It just the one that just goes right in. To the right of where you start the car and the key, but there's that holder there. All you got to do it locks in with just the cylinder. Wow, straight. I like that one. It's not too high. It's kind of low down there. But I mean, we all got arms. You just reach a little bit and just let go of the pin, and boom, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. That's right. Hit that like, man. I appreciate you. What's going on this weekend? What else came across my feed? Oh, L. Yeah. Shout out to L, A Prisoner's Awakening. Shout out to him, cabron. I appreciate you, L. That came across my feed. It was a reaction. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about L and his reaction, because that was a good one, cabron. That was a good one. Shout out APA. So he did a reaction. He did a reaction in response to something that the hater world, oh no, the hater world's reaction. Okay, he responded to the hater world reaction. Okay. And the hater world reaction was responding to a clip. See, they better be giving clip credit, those cabrones. If it's Chemo's flicks, the one that's pulling out the clips, Chemo's. If it's Chemo, better give video credit. You know what I mean? I hope he did. I don't know. Maybe I'll go check it out. I don't know. But if it's like a 2-hour live, 3-hour live, I'm not gonna check that shit out. But if it was like a little video, I might check it out. But anyways, it was in response to a video that Chemo did, and we already know what it is. Gunner Dubs, okay, whatever. They're cool. They're tight, and they're doing what they do. I don't know what they do. They know what they do. No, I don't. Anyways, L went in there. It was kind of like a trolling job, like just trolled them good. Got the W on the troll for sure. Got the W on the trolling, and then it was AC. He did the first reaction. So AC did the first reaction. American Cholo, man, shout out to him. He did the first reaction, and of course, if American Cholo is gonna do it, a lot of other people, because he's a big channel. He's over 80K, almost 90. So it's gonna trickle down, right? So one automatically, boom, the hater world did it. I don't know what he said in this video, but I know what L says. I'll tell you this, man. I've known L already for, pues yeah, he even took a break though from YouTube, so he took like a couple years break. So That was a while. But anyways, like 2 years. And no, he's like, he reminds me of Sonny too. Like, speaks from his heart, corazon. That's it. Like, no filter. Like, for what? Even water it down. You know what I mean? This is it. Boom. Straight, uncut. He gives it to you, you know, which I respect, because it's sad that nowadays you got to kind of try to find out, is this fool like on some trip? Is he like a little shyster, little pinchy charlatan? Okay. But anyways, Compton Bam's in the casa. That's right, man. Let's make it OG. Get a sandwich for lunch. That's right, Compton Bam. Anyways, so that came across my feed, and he's saying, he's basically, he's bringing light to um what someone will say and do, and it be contrary, like in real life or on the internet, or like someone that keeps saying, I'm a content creator, and then becoming on the internet and acting so and fuck embarrassed, like a little kid. That is like, imagine they showed that, like, imagine they show that video. Would you show that kind of video, like fucking a tus padres? Answer me that. Would you show that kind of video a tus padres and be proud? Or where else? You know what I mean? Would you show that kind of video? Hey, right there at the fucking wedding, put it up on the screen at the wedding, and let all your, because that's the closest friends and family, or the ones you're going to invite to your wedding, right? You're going to show that up on the screen and be proud of it. So L's just kind of pointing out the contradictions. And I can't say he said anything wrong. You know? He's telling it like it is. But shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. And the banda world, well, I mean, he's happy. I say way. He's happy. He's getting numbers, right? The numbers. It's all numbers. How do we switch into YouTube? Yarda, man. Hit that like. I had to go by Salinas High real quick. Swing around. But I'm out here anyways, man. The south side of town is the quietest, I'll tell you that. Fuck around and go by Maple Park. Stretch the legs out. I'm doing squats now on Saturdays. Pretty soon we'll start the Machina routine. Don't trip, you guys. Don't trip. We're gonna do those videos, some workout videos, and it's not for everyone. It's just gonna be for the ones that want motivation. It's not gonna be on YouTube. If you want to, if you want to see that, it's gonna be on TikTok. It's gonna be on TikTok. We just hit 10K on TikTok. Now they're sending me shit. Be a creative rewarder, incentive, motherfucking whatever. Because I guess 10K was a milestone for TikTok. Now they're saying TikTok shop, and it's like, look, the only thing I would show you guys, if I could show you 100%, 100% what's in my vitamin cabinet, 100%. If they're able to do that, okay, then I would fuck with it. And then these prices too, like, come on, man. Don't be trying to fucking charge like it's made of gold, just because it's in a TikTok shop. So we'll see what happens with that. But the only thing I do know about TikTok is they don't mess around with the music. So I'm not gonna be having to worry about if the stream's gonna get taken down on TikTok. So we gotta go show TikTok more love. And since we just passed the 10K, now they're sending me messages that you're monetized. They're telling me. I'm like, we're monetized. I was thinking about just letting the wifey run on it. Since the wifey, if she wants to do something with the TikTok shop, you know? What about that single mom that I was also on the internet? The single mom, 3 kids, 3 baby daddies. And shout out to AC. He did a reaction to that. And it was a good one. And with him, with the other gavachos, Mohawk Matt, and the other the other güero, with respect, no lo conozco para nada, man. No lo conozco para nada. And of course, Boo Boo. Well, Boo Boo's been there probably since fucking day one. You know what I mean? People send me clips, gente. You know what? He got mad because obviously what was said in the past. Well, what was said in the past? You know what I mean? It's like, what are you gonna do? Everyone knows we're of age. We're old enough to know When you drop a video out there, once you drop a video, put it out there, that shit's out there. That shit's out there. So what am I gonna do? Like, break it down? No. Well, what men do is we just apologize, and you know what it is. It's like, if you're spraying at someone at the corner, but there's other people, standing at the corner, they can all get it too. But I mean, again, that's other shit, right? That's not the internet, right? But and I apologize, because I was just and I sincerely mean it. No, I'm not trying to bullshit or I don't just say things loosely. So, hey, I apologize, man. I hope you can accept it, man. The one for real. That's right. Irony fisticuffs is in the casa. How's the weather where you're at, cabron? How is it where you're at? You know what, cabron? I got tickets to the Pinchy Dodgers game, man. I'm gonna end up going to see the Frisco and the Dodgers game. I'm gonna be at Oracle. Yep. I usually get a pair of tickets to the one at least one baseball game a year, man. Cholo Trucker, he's the one that fires me up too. I said, wait, he lives out there and shit. He gets season passes, I think, that cabron. Even though right now he's at WrestleMania. So yeah, I'm gonna go see that one. I just got the what is it called? I just got the confirmation in the email. We're gonna see what's up with that. Joaquin Stanislaus in the house. Let me read it. It says, "Damn, all caps lock. My boy came in there, just no warm up. He's just shooting shots and shit. Puro 2-2-3s. Pops used to say espantivas, puras espantivas, way. The last town hall has super coconuts, conservative tacos, and vendidos shaking my head. Well, I mean, that's on you. You're gonna put the label on who you want, my boy, right? Ain't no one tell you, hopefully, and you stand on it and say that shit with your chest, and stick it out. But again, the politics, bro, I mean, it's part of the game because see, politics is just a part of a higher level conversation. Or what else are we gonna talk about? The calles, they ain't got no love. And then that's a bad example for the youngsters. I was talking about how I just seen a youngster the other day. I talked to him all through his camp. He got released. He caught a body now. And I saw him in the holding tank at the juvenile hall, and it broke my heart. Now knowing he's just barely like it's over for him. And when he sees me, I just know that he remembers what I would tell him about the game. And now the game got him. That's crazy, man. Shout out to Carol Edeza. Coconuts. I barely learned what that meant a couple weeks ago. I was late to the game on that one. Okay. Some blancos on the middle and they're brown on the outside. So let me ask you this. Okay. I get it. And mostly you have to understand it. We all understand that comes from politics, right? That that we're supposed to have a problem with the güeros and then point to the history and all that. I get it. Well, I didn't really learn too much of the history, I'll tell you that, but I will tell you that I grew up with un chingo de gabachos, way. Fucking name Eric, Ken, Brent, fucking Drew, Taylor, and all these gabachos, man. And half of them were jocks, and the other half of them were skaters. The skaters will get down though. The skaters will get down, and the jocks everyone had to respect because they're just the elite athlete mofos. You know what I mean? So I never had a problem with no pinche güeros. So for someone to tell me, hey, have a problem with the güeros, I'm like, well, that's you. You have a problem with the güeros. I don't have a problem with güeros. Well, they're trying to hold me down. I started from scratch in the gutter on parole. Hold me down. They should have held me down. Other people. If it's really holding people down, then why can other like look at the case that happened with Austin Metcalf? You think the dude should have been out on bail right now? Or can you say alguien tuvo mano en eso? Alguien movió la mano and old boy got it reduced and out. I mean, come on. Anyways, but you know what I'm saying. The politics, it's all good. I actually think AC talks a lot more politics than me. You know you do, cabrón. I actually come on here to shoot the shit, and it's shits and giggles for me. And that's why I'm never gonna burn out on YouTube. Because it's gonna be fun all the way to the pinchy end. You know what I mean? The one says irony. Yup, that's right. Yikes. The T-shirt with the logo. Maybe I'm not. Are they uploading the? I want to make sure they're uploading the merch link because people often hit me up for hoodies, long sleeves, and all that stuff, man. And I got it for everyone. I just don't know if the link is out there, but our store is ready to go, cabrón. Our store is ready. It's been ready. Yeah, Franco, look him up. Man, it says Manuel Marquez Franco. Look him up. Texas, Megan's La Chinga. Oh, man, that's crazy, man. The YouTube Yarda is the one that's vicious with that, cabrón. The YouTube Yarda is the one that says, "Where's your paperwork? We want to see your paper." So that's why we got Chicano Street TV. If I haven't dropped the link in a while, I'll just throw it out there every blue moon, man. I'll throw it out there. We got another channel over there. Is usually like where the palomitas, like my name got mentioned, right? During that live with El, during that live, that last one, my name got mentioned, and someone said there was no contract. I never seen a contract. I saw that, and I'm like, wait a second. But anyways. Joaquin Stanislaus, that's right, man. Is that Stanislaus County, cabron? I know where you're at, cabron. Exactly where you're at. On them little highways. I know where you're at, cabron. I go out there. Someone just messaged me. Who was that? It was Little Jefe. He just messaged me. I know he stays out there. He's like, hey, when you go out there, let me know. I got you. He says the real question is why brown people, Chicanos, Mexicas, so hard. Check this out, man. This is gonna be it. This is what we're gonna do. I'm proposing something like this. This is gonna be the one that's gonna be for the internet right here. You ready for the next level? You ready for the next episode? The next level of how we do it. Check this out. What if all of a sudden we announced a live boom and it was like a summit and it was like a Califas, a California podcaster summit. And all of a sudden you see me, boom, you see Hood Stocks, boom, you see American Cholo, boom, and you see Tony A, boom. And Matt, that is absolutely gonna happen. And that's gonna be the next level. It's gonna blow everyone away. And it ain't about anyone breaking it down. Oh, you're breaking it down. Nope, nope. It's basically this. You accept the invitation by accepting the invitation. By accepting the invitation, that automatically squashes anything that was previous to that. Or just don't, right? Be real with it. Don't, because don't fake the funk. Don't say you're gonna do something you're not, right? Even the people will hold you accountable to that. That's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna show at least YouTube. I don't know about anyone else, but this is our playing field. This is our pinchy baseball field right here. Pinchy field of dreams. This is our field of dreams right here. So if it's YouTube, how about that? We don't have to be long-winded. It doesn't take any more thought other than just action. And the people are like that, man. So why is it brown after brown, bro? I think it was so many years of being less than middle class, bro. Poverty. Poverty. When you grow up among poverty and everyone's in poverty for, I mean, years since they started making these class systems and economic systems, and when people started realizing there was a gap between poor and rich, when those systems began, right? So since it's been a lot of the time poor early on, which those were the years of, the presidency started, it became a country. The presidencies started happening in the country of Mexico. It hasn't been milk and honey. And then when you're always among poor people, you hate to see someone come up. It burns your blood sometimes. That motherfucker's coming up and not me. And I don't know what it is about when you have this kind of our blood, our sangre, that it's like program. You see someone else brown, immediately like the pinche, the pelo stand up on the back of your neck like a rooster, and you're ready to square up. What is that? That's frog. You know what that is? Now I understand what that is for me. The frog, you know where the frog comes from for me? Now I know 100% is the 52% indigenous. Oh, hell yeah. It's the 52% indigenous. That's the frog. That's where I got the rana from. Like, who's this dude? But again, yeah, we have to break that stigma. Like Dr. Jimenez said, go and watch that clip. Dr. Jimenez spitting game on the people. There's so much college level game, and what Dr. Jimenez was saying, I don't know. I felt like it was kind of maybe going over people's heads, like, you know. But it ain't YouTube Yarda, cabrones, so cálmense, all right? But anyways, how about if I did that, Joaquin Stanislaus, and you just saw like a pinchy a raza summit for YouTube, boom, and everyone just hangs out for a couple minutes, shoots the shit. We don't. It's not like this long thing. It's kind of like it's like a cameo photo op. But we agreed to with these terms. We're coming on just for a quick couple minutes, and that automatically squashes all beefs and from previous that moment. Because you could always look back in the past and didn't he say something and get all boiled about it again when you see the video pop up on your feed. But we're gonna do it like man or not, you know. Nino. Take the train. He says that's night. Don't take the train. I got the app. Wait, you know which one? The Garage app. You don't even you don't even need to scan a barcode or nothing. They just as soon as your phone is pulling up to the parking garage door, your phone, just because you purchased it through your phone, I guess it reads the IP address or something with your phone, right? Boom, it opens the door already. I'm like 4 blocks up the street. You know the big hotel that's across the street, right? Me and the wifey, we're gonna do a date night and then go to a game like that. So I'm gonna stay at the hotel across the street way. You know which one, right? You know which one. Un chingo de gente in there. It's gonna be a vibe, man. It's gonna be a vibe. You know the hotel across from Oracle, right? Way? July. Oh shit. The members only's in the casa. Man, I'm probably seeing these comments too fucking slow, man. My bad, gente. July 12th, I'm gonna be at the Giants Dodgers. Damn, we're gonna miss each other by a day. Wait, 1 day. Okay, so I'm game 1 and you're going to game 2. Ah, you're right. They're gonna play a series. You're right, cabron. Damn, and members only machetes in the casa. The members only, something 99 every month. Pledges that it just pushes the message even further, man. I think the last town hall machete off the chain. They don't even have half the clips out. Just stay tuned into that. I'm gonna tune into the members only because I got some more updates that I'm gonna drop just over there. They know what I'm talking about. Warriors game tonight. To be honest, I actually like playing basketball more than football, but that's just me. That's just me. Just because I was better at it, right? Football, I'm tall. Just remember, gente. Little Mikey's like 6'3". Let me remind you, little Mikey's like 6'3". Joaquin Stanlas in the casa says, "Do you know Milpa organizations in Salinas?" That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So you know George Villa, absolutely, man. That's my brother from another. His brother is my age, so his brother is class of '99. So Georgie's there. I know he's either program manager or something to that extent, right? Yeah, absolutely. So I haven't had them on, but I've invited them. To be honest, they have weekly stuff in Salinas, and I believe, and in Watsonville. Again, do I agree with everything? No, absolutely not. You know what I mean? But that's beautiful about it is that we can go sit at the table and give all these thoughts out to the people, and ultimately, well, the people are gonna choose how they choose. Some believe this, some believe that. But absolutely, man, I've seen them do like the feather ceremonies over the RV4 where they put the smoke, the feathers, and those are like those indigenous, those native ceremonies. Shit. You know what we got to do? We got to do a sweat lodge, man. I think I'm gonna hit up Si Se Puede. He's been hitting me up about a man. I just got out of cryotherapy right now. I'm gonna drop the video after 5, gente. I'm gonna wait till you guys are home. Ate some dinner on Good Friday. A lot of you guys are just coming off the Quaresma and haven't eaten no beef or nada for 40 days because you're devout. Handle it. Handle it, man. Yesterday I had arrachera. Cabrones. That's right. So absolutely, yeah. And I could go on and on, but I don't want to put this whole roster of people que yo conozco, but absolutely, I'm so proud of my brother that's over there, program director. Of course, tapped into RV4. All right, that's the nephew. RV4 is the nephew. So there's a champion, in Salinas. So that's RV4. So proud of all that, man. Absolutely proud of all that. He comes in with a chequeada. Who says Machete fell off, fellas? Just tell him you've been at the game, cabron. How many times you seen like E40 weight? Too short. How many times you seen RBL? All of them, right? E40 is a season ticket holder. He won't even miss a game. If you say you've been to Oracle and you haven't seen E40, I doubt it, man. I doubt it. That way stays with the toothpick in la boca on the first row and dropping new music, huh? Man, he's been relevant forever. I seen a little documentary on Tupac. It was saying how he was from the Bay, how Tupac's from the Bay. And of course, he went to LA and after he got out, and you know, that we already know that history. Well, a lot of people don't have video footage of him early on dropping some songs, but coming out of Oakland, coming out of the Bay, because the Black Panthers are over there. It was natural to him. He was catching time, but it wasn't he was getting arrested, but it wasn't for no like street terrorism, not no 186.2s, none of that stuff. It was like for activism. That's right, Machete. Who said he fell off? Ain't no one said that, cabrón. Let me see. There it is. All right, hit that pinche like, gente. It's Good Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and this weekend, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna set up a second bag. I ordered a bracket, so I'm gonna set up a separate bag because I had the bag inside where it's more darker. I mean, I got like some neon lighting over there, but you're not gonna be able to see that work. So I got a second bracket and I'm gonna do that more in the outdoors. So I'm just gonna throw that up there. It's Easter, church is on Sunday, and it's lovely. And it's here, it's in Salinas all the time, and it's the same place for now over 10 years. Uh 2012 to now, pues that's already 13 years. Celebration Church, right off of East Market, right on Simus Street. Foon's in the casa. That's right, my boy. Hey, Foon, what do you think about they got that way? He's in Mexico, but he caught a body over there. I don't know if does he just stay in Mexico? I mean, why does Mexico have to turn him over to the US first? You know what I mean? Like, can Mexico keep him because that last body he caught, even though he's wanted, they could fight. They could fight for possession of dude, man, at the border. They could. Imagine Shine Bomb just gets mad at Trump, fuck you, and all of a sudden she keeps him, and you're like, oh shit, damn. Mexico's not gonna give him up that easy. You'd be like, oh damn, got you. But it's even worse. I mean, you could imagine, or maybe not. Maybe the cartel, be part of the cartel over there in Mexico. Maybe they go to country clubs. You know what I mean? Federal country clubs, maybe. That's right. Foon's in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. I remember Foon came to one of the peleas, man. Um, man, I got a couple things going on right now. That's why I haven't thought about any peleas soon. But I am gonna just start the training, and everyone's gonna see when I start the training. That way, I can just be transparent, and at the same time, of course, put out some content for the people and something that's new and different. I don't like to do the same shit. It just gets boring. Same shit, same shit. So I'm gonna motivate you guys or whoever's gonna jump on at the same time. I'm just telling people that it's not gonna be on YouTube because of the music. I'm telling people it's on TikTok. And I just hit 10K on TikTok. Now they're telling me I'm monetized, open my TikTok shop. I'm like, you know what? Unless I could put what's in my medicine cabinet, because I don't want to fake the funk to the people. Unless I could put what's in my medicine cabinet for the people to see when you guys trip out on the vitamins, the D3, the K2, when you start tripping out on the magnesium, when you start seeing some of the protein supplements, um, it's not the cheapest, but we're talking about trying to be healthy in a place where right here we're all on our way to pinche congestive heart failure si no nos cuidamos and all we eat is gas station shit. And that's all we want to eat. That's crazy, man. You had Long Beach on the town hall. He was talking about tenemos parasites, cabrones. When I saw that clip, I'm like, oh man, a lo mejor ojalá lo dejan pasar, ¿verdad? Lo dejan pasar y sí lo dejaron pasar, güey. I was like thinking, oh, they're gonna. But anyways, I got the 10K on TikTok. TikTok don't trip on music. I'm gonna install the second bag this weekend. Well, it's the bracket, same bag, but just another bracket chain, and it's a spinning, rotating bracket. You know, I'm gonna keep it real. That's the same one that I told what's his name, one of my fighters about. I said you can't hit no bag that's standing on some horseshoe legs. That shit you can't even let off on that bag. That bag's not. It's not gonna work. And then you put that spins, rotates counterclockwise, and there you go. And absorbs everything, and now you can let off all your shots. Y a ver cómo te va, güey. What about Mexico, man? To teach boxing like as part of the PE curriculum? Isn't that pinche huevos right there? That's something at least the men are like, okay, good. The boys are already learning to. It's that kind of world. We're not trying to push them into anything. No, of course, if there's kids that say, no, I don't want to do that, absolutely. But watch the majority of the ones that do want to do it. They're going to be motivated as hell. Especially when you got, come on, Oscar came out, Canelo came out, plus Julio Cesar Chavez came out. I agree with that. Let them. The ones that want to put on gloves already, let them put on gloves. And then they'll learn. So a lot of them will just get a little bit more humble, right? Instead of being, they could have been loud and talking, but they get a piece of humble pie. What's there's my water. All right, last comments. Let's see what's going on right now. Si se pudo podcast. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabron. Let's go ahead. We got to do a collab. I think the collab's overdue, cabron. It's Good Friday, though, para todos los cristianos, for anyone. Jesus, you know what I mean? We get mad. Keep it real. We get mad when people disrespect. Disrespecting religion is like the quickest way to kick off a riot. Gente. Would you ever do that to someone's religion? It's crazy, but I mean, no, we don't do that. But hey, to those that are of the faith, it's Good Friday, cabrones. I'm gonna head out east. To my mother-in-law's right now. So it's gonna be on and cracking. With the comida too. Whew, I heard it's gonna be fire. The wifey said that my mother-in-law, bro. When I got married to the wifey, I learned real quick. All of the aunts and uncles can open up restaurants. That's crazy. I'm like, when they all get together, it's a cookathon. You got costillas, you got the disco going, you got tripas, you got. It's sick, man. Birria, tamales. Crazy. Even the sweet stuff. I don't know. That's Mexico's problem now, bro. That was a sergeant that was on a crew called Gringo Hunters. Okay. The name. Oh man, that's crazy. The name is crazy, huh? Mexico don't have a problem. Yeah, tenemos una división judicial. Se llama Gringo Hunters. ¿Y qué es eso? Especializa en americanos, norteamericanos que vienen a México, cruzan y ya tienen órdenes de arresto y se esconden en el gobierno mexicano. Y nosotros colaboramos con el Estados Unidos y ojalá traerlo a justicia. Unless he's like a cartel dude. Because if he's a cartel dude, cart it's like being part of the mob. You can disappear, no one knows where you're at, you know? Or at least supposed to. I mean, that's the way it's. So it was always about secrecy, until the internet came about. Now it's about letting people know your business. I guess it's fucking ass backward now. I can't even explain it any better than that. Joaquin Simon says, "What's a good program research to stop barrio warfare, drug usages?" And check this out, bro. This is what I tell the youngsters, bro. Are the barrios, the gangs, the neighborhoods, is that problem ever gonna end? Realistically, no, never. It is never gonna end. The only time it's ever gonna end is if all of a sudden some kind of consensus happened by everyone that's a hitter on the street that has influence on the inside. All of a sudden they say the neighborhood no longer needs to exist in that essence, and it just be a community thing, like I'm preaching, talking about. It's a community thing, um and we can all the blood that was spilled, let it go. We're letting it go now. Unless that happens, which I never think will happen, it'll never cease to exist. So I'm not gonna fake the funk and be like, we can cover this problem 100%. We can't. This problem is we can't. But what we do is damage. We do a lot. We save a lot. Look at like what Carol was talking about. She said she Carol only dealt with the shooters. She said, I only deal with the gun carriers. She goes, the people that she was dealing with, she goes, prevention is already past the point of them. They're the ones catching the cases. They're looking for warrants on the run or whatever. It's just hay niveles, okay, to how they did it, right? What's the resource? Check this out. The answer to that, bro, is mentors. Mentors is they need to come on. They need to see on the internet they're still solid ass dudes, didn't go out ass backwards, and ain't on the internet making fools of themselves, acting like overgrown kids, acting like drunks and crossing lines, crazy disrespect, because that's new school shit. That's not old school shit. So I say the best thing we can do is, like the Bible says, turn the hearts of the sons back to the fathers. Is now we got to go back and talk to them. I was just mentioning RV4, Salinas champion boxing. Well, his dad, my buddy, same heart. He tiene el mismo corazón. Like, we want to save all the youngsters now. When they see him and the sons of world champion, pues que pedo, way. It has impact. And then when they hear me saying, yeah, we're same class, 99, Salinas High, my boy. Um, early on he would go to the amateur boxing fights, but no, he just kind of backed up and he was just waiting for his son to go pro. And then the son turned pro and went undefeated for a lot of years. And he was just enjoying life. He barely has a flip phone, doesn't even care about social media. But anyways, is that doesn't mean we're not going to keep tackling it, bro, because what I've done, I've saved friends of mine that are my age. I've saved their kids. I've saved their sons and I've saved their daughters. I'm not See, it took me this motherfucking long being on YouTube. I don't know how many years now on YouTube for me to even say that, because it feels like one of those I'm trying to pat myself in the back kind of things. That's nothing I need to tell people, because in secret I did it. And God was the one I always knew I was doing it for. Yeah. The hell? How come I can't see most of the comments? It's crazy. Oh, there it is. Now I can see more of the comments. I'm like, what the hell's going on, cabrón? I need to say, let's do a raffle. 2 for 1, 3 for 1. Those are the hustlers, huh? Those are the hustlers. Most of them gorditos, huh? No, not te creas. Luis Conriquez. Did you hear about the narco corridos? That's crazy, man. It's good intentions, but it has a lot of freedom of speech problems. I'll tell you that right now. A lot of freedom of speech problems. But again, Mexico's a different country. You can't tell them what to do. Someone started getting mad at the dude from El Salvador. El Salvador, this guy's been on the news for 3 days, right? The dude from El Salvador, the CCOT dude. Or 3 weeks, more likely. I'm sorry. And the president came to the United States and said, yeah, that's my citizen. He's my boy. And everyone's like, keep him there. And then I mean, imagine if you were in a country, you get busted in fucking Canada. You get busted in Canada, or you get busted in Russia, let's say even further. And then all of a sudden, Uncle Trump goes over, he has a visit at the same time with the Russian president, and you're in custody, and they ask him about it at the fucking presser. And he goes, he knows you're a US citizen. You got fucking papers, right? Imagine they ask him, hey, what about that? Oh yeah, that's my boy. He's coming back with us. And in the news over there in Russia, well, they're not releasing him to Russia. They're like, what? Releasing him to Russia? But people see things differently, man. I respect it. I respect it, man. Barry Wood says, run that shit tonight on the live. If I did an open panel, or what are you talking about? Wait, because I was talking about also a podcaster summit, and where people are just going to see as we just jump on the same little live for a couple minutes and end up just squashing anything. The people are going to see something more powerful than they've ever seen, on YouTube ever, which is the power of squashing beef. It's hard, I know, for some of us, man. We're stubborn, and some of us don't want to fucking squash beefs, man. Like, fuck that. The easiest, the easiest thing to do is act brown, gente. The fuck, that's in my nature already. Act brown. O sea, the Chicano comes out. The Chicano's not gonna wanna hear nothing. We just wanna just put navajas on our ankles and let's go. You know. But the reason we do it is because we put our pride and egos down to show the youngsters how it's really done. Because if it was really a problem, okay, if someone said no because this has to happen, well, what is it? Are you talking about like a friendly? Okay, then that would even show the youngsters something positive too. But again, if it was all he said, she said behind a microphone on the internet, which everyone can see, don't put too much on it. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna head east. I'm gonna head out east. No, no more work, man. Droops is in the casa. He's laughing. Hey, that dude Cesar Hernandez, cabrón, shit, he's gonna go back to. They probably won't send him back to Kern, man. I have a feeling this time they're gonna send him. There's not too many fours, right? Well, Salinas, that's a four. That's kind of close, you know what I mean? If not, they're gonna have to send him way up, man. Just tell him, send him to Susie's house, way up there, man. Send him to the desert, huh? They're gonna send him somewhere else, and then he's gonna walk into the middle of a guerra. Watch. Now he's gonna be more on his toes, and all that little furlough time is just gonna be a little memory when he lays down now. I've old school dollar food stamps for the band. Shit, cabrón, you ain't even fucking lying, bro. When I used to get one of those $5, I think it was the purple ones, right? The $5 purple food stamp, bro. I would go down to the little liquor store. I would get the microwave hoagie, the barbecue one. Okay. I would open up the little stainless steel microwave. This is back in the 80s. Throw it in there. And then I'll get shit, man. Just give me the cold Coke, man. A cold Coke That with the 5 food stamp, and they would still give me change. Back then, even cigarettes. I seen $12 on the case of cigarettes, and I asked the girl, I said, "Is that per pack or is that per box?" She said, "Oh no, that's per pack." I'm like, they're paying $5 would give them for the cigarettes, and you would get change back. Like $1.75 or 50 back. It's crazy, man. But qué bueno que no me metí en los cigarros, güey. That fucks you up, man. Gente, think about at least tailoring off to the chew if you can. For the love of God, si no eso tu familia, man. Put the frajos down. Shit. I know it's hard after the 40, the first cold beer. I know. I know. For sure on the podcast this weekend. Maybe we could have him on. That's right, cabrón. No jumper stuff. Get his take on the no jumper stuff. And then tell me one more time who you're talking about. Way I'm already just like ni me recuerdo, way. Who we talking about? Because I'll invite anyone on the podcast as long as they're down, man. You know. Let's see who you're talking about. Because obviously what the people want to see is podcasters collabing, right? And it was like an onion. I'm not saying it's like it wasn't a lot of layers to everything. So I get it how there's collateral damage. Fuck that. Give it a year, 2 years, 5 years, however it takes. You know what I mean? As long as someone's man enough to say, you know what? Well, I said it, but if we did like a podcaster little a summit like that, it wouldn't have to be no words. It would just be if you would accept the invitation, automatically it squashes everything from that point. And that just you have to give your word, that's your palabra as a man. That's the way it is. Or else the people are gonna hold you accountable too. Hey, you said, okay. The people hold you accountable too. Shit. Okay, let's get a fight going. Fuck it. Let's run that fade 105. No, no. You know what? Cholo Truckers have been getting in shape, man. That Cabron, he stays in shape, man. He's froggy. Look, I could do bare knuckle, L, and gunner all day long. Dubs will be there. What do they need, man? How do we need to make it happen? Again, I'm a professional. So, what the people want to see, I know they still want to see that fade. Yeah, it would be like a back of a handball court fight. I'm not even gonna tell them how to fight, bro. All we're gonna do is at least wrap their knuckles and wrists. I don't want them to have a bunch of broken knuckles and wrists. You're gonna have to sign that liability waiver. You're gonna have to sign that release first, cabrón. That's okay. Sign that release. You know what you're getting into. No llores después, way. But I know Cholo Trucker has expressed in the past that if I could put together a rematch with also the same person, I'm talking about Gunners Collective, that he would be interested as well. He's expressed that. So that's a rematch that Cholo Trucker wants. Again, for the people, I'm trying to put these fights together, man, and act like a professional the way I am. And it's at the end of the day, we got to go home to our families. But I'm already starting to, we might start even doing these fights live now, live. Like instead of a 2-3 day delay, a 1 day, 2 day delay, they're just gonna start going live. How about that? That way, when you're going home, if you got the W or you got your ass whooped, I mean, the people already saw it. Okay, it's out there, and that's a minute number one. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, that's right, my boy. Hey, keep losing weight, cabrón. Keep doing that. You know what it is the blood pressure is gonna get better because there's less strain in el corazón way. At the end of the day, when I start doing those workout videos, I feel like even having it on the little table right there, todas las vitaminas and everything. That way, between breaks, on my sets, I won't go too fast. It'll be more showy, right? I'll get my money, but it'll be more showy because now I'm gonna slow down and show you and why I take it. And when it comes to just the diet, bro, those seed oils are bad. Seed oils are bad. The only seed oil my wife we use, avocado or olive. That was just recommended by people we follow. And then the drive-throughs, that's an automatic stop. And then La Soda, that's an automatic stop. That right there, that's like 30 pounds without even trying to lift the finger, bro. Because most people just be like, yeah, the rock star, yeah, the Coke. And I get it, man. I get it. But boxing, I guess that's what got me kind of militant with it, you know. I took it to the next level with that. But also behind the walls, all they do is give you these fixed 2,000 calorie diets también. So even if you wanted to or not, that's what I tell some people that they say, oh, it can't beat addiction. I get it. It's a beast. It's something that's on you. But I tell them, si tú fuiste años y años y años sin tocaste nada, güey, nada, because you couldn't, right? Away or on vacation, you know what I mean? You could beat it. You could beat it. Shit, you should have seen my heart rate right now. I got out of cryotherapy, bro. I'm gonna drop the video right now. After I drop this live, after I get off this live, I'm gonna drop the video for the cryotherapy visit that I just did right now. It took my body like 15-20 minutes, bro, to get back to room temperature. O sea, you know what cryotherapy feels? It feels like si nomás tienes pinches calzones, way, and they just drop you in the middle of the Antarctica, in the middle of a freezing snowstorm, and nomás tienes tus fucking truzas, and you have to stand out there for 3 minutes. The funny thing, bro, trip out on this. It's Good Friday. Hit that like. Hit that like. The funny thing is, way, you'll see in the video at the end, just scrub through it, way, okay? Because 2 minutes is obviously me just shadow boxing or just catching nitrogen in my face, right? Scrub to the end. The dude opened the door for 20 seconds. Mike, can you hear me? Mike. You know what it is you have to lock in. You have to be mentally strong to go in there. That's not something just, yeah, that's not outside. That's not a shell. That's not me having muscles, having a six pack. That's none of that. That's all visual shit. That's mental toughness. And bro, I was laughing when I saw it. I asked the dude if I could set it up. He's cool. He's a youngster, you know. And he opened it for 20 seconds. So I did 3 minutes and 20 seconds. That was a trip, man. I'm gonna drop that right now, but man, your body feels like, you know what it is? Your body goes into the shock where it releases a protein that regenerates and also gives energy, so it rejuvenates. And it's just like, pues, way. Like, say if you haven't drank a Coke in a while, slam a fucking Coca-Cola every once in a while. Like, say every couple weeks, slam a Coke and then te vas a alivianar, ¿no? Just like that is how you feel when you come out of those cryo chambers, way. That technology came out like in 2016. Someone can Google that. Someone can Google that for me and drop it in the comments. When did that? I want to say that technology came out in 16 because I started boxing in 12, but it still hadn't came out. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And it has un chingo de benefits, bro. Straight up, man. No, hombre, vato, a trained man versus an untrained man is not right. It's absolutely not. How do you know he's a trained vato? This is how you know this is how you know you fucked up and you're fighting a trained vato. You want to know how? His first punch is like laser straight. Okay, he hits you with the jab, or his first punch that hits you, for one, it hits you and it's laser straight to your chin or nose. You fucked up. You're fighting a trained vato. So you're right. There's mismatches in fights. I remember one time it was a behind the scenes phone call for a fight. I don't know who it was, man. It was either Crazy Nick. One time I was in contact with Crazy Nick. He was gonna run a fade. Crazy Nick, YouTube, Yarda, crazy. Everyone knows famous Crazy Nick with the chemo had the video. 21-foot knockout. He had he measured, he pulled out the oh man. Straight cat, man. Straight cat. He pulled out the tape, man. But it wasn't a behind the scenes phone boxing. I was negotiating a fight, right? And someone was mentioning, what about this name, that name? I mentioned Crazy Nick, and someone mentioned Crazy Nick, and I was like, bro, for the fighter's safety, I won't even make that fight. And they were laughing, like I was trying to clown on the dude that I think he's not ready. And that's just me telling you the dude's not ready, man. That's not me saying he's less than. He can get ready and put some ganas and huevos into it, but boxing is just different, man. Anyone could put a camera and let's lift weights. I mean, I guess that looks good, right? That looks good better on video, right? Now you're showing your pinchy muscles, I guess. But the number one thing I tell guys to do is forget trying to lose weight. That'll come naturally from cleaning your diet. Is you need to lift weights, because when you don't use your muscle, it is going to only deteriorate and get lesser and weaken. So do we want less muscle on our bodies? No. Remember, your muscles are the ones that hold up your bones too. Don't forget that. Muscles hold up your bones. It's holding it up. And I'm gonna head out east to my mother-in-law's. But shout out to you, man. Yeah, there's mismatches and fights, and that's why I forgot for which one it was. We were like, you know what, send 30-minute training videos. I was getting 30 second. If I wanted to, I can go back maybe, But again, those are people that some are on YouTube still, some aren't, but it's classic footage, man. They will send them to me. They will send them to me. Or if it wasn't to me, they will send them to other YouTubers, and then they will forward it to me and be like, what do you think? I'm like, that's a mismatch, man. That dude is going to get hurt, man. Hurt. Just from hitting the bag for 30 seconds. That's all I need to see. That's all I need to see, man. Not lifting weights, not push-ups. I just hit the bag. Give me 30 seconds. If you can, a minute would be even better, but, don't gas out and shit. Only stipulation Nick had was he. No, we would tape. What people have tripped out on is a lot of people have never been professionally taped up. Al from Warzone Boxing, Coach Isaac out of Salinas. These are coaches that have done top rank fights, Friday night fights, Showtime fights. They know how to wrap hands. People trip out how they'll wrap the hands. And if they want to go bare knuckles, they do a hand wrap with the wrist wrap. That way, because people don't know how to fight for shit. They're just gonna swing like windmills. It's just gonna be a lot of turning, and it's like a sprinkler, right? They swing kind of wide in the beginning because you just don't know boxing yet, right? And so we would just so they could hit, and then the wrist could, all of a sudden people start saying, my wrist hurts, my elbow hurts. That's what the beginners always say when they come to the boxing gym. My elbow hurts, coach. My wrist hurts. And then I just look at their motion, and it's just the beginning rookie stuff that you got to work out of. You just got to work out of it. You know what I mean? By having a good coach. And as far as your wrist goes, the trick to that is turn into the punch, man. Turn into the bag. Turn your wrist into the bag. If you turn your wrist into the bag, it's showing that you're turning your wrist into the punch. If you turn your wrist into it, you'll have more force, more torque, more power. So that's just, it's a rookie. That's one of the rookie mistakes. It's all good though. That's why they got Coach Mike and shit. You know what I mean? All right. Last comments, gente. I'm gonna have to head east. I want to head east. Okay, about the fight. No, estos vatos. All right, you guys. I'm out. It's Good Friday. Gente, I'll tap back in with you a rato. Have a blessed weekend. Say a little prayer, cabrones. Say a little prayer. How about visit a loved one? Visit a loved one that's not here no more. Something like that. You know what I mean? Make it a smooth weekend, a good weekend, a blessed weekend. I'm out, you gente. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.